Fernandez, and I am the director and writer of Life Without You. I created this piece because it has great value to me, and I can relate to it like, completely. It's basically it's me if I were to lose my mom, and if my dad tried to come into my life again after she's gone. Yeah, the theme of my play is how one's past shapes them, because throughout the whole entire play, the boy Tony, he goes on a journey where he
It's okay.
he grows as a person throughout the whole thing. In the beginning, dad comes, they speak, things don't go well, then mom talks him through a dream where she tries to give him advice the best way she can, and he tries to go along with it. He wakes up and thinking that it was real, but it's not. So dad ends up coming back, and things just get worse. And so he's just not he's not prepared for it. It's you know what I mean.
I'll say one thing, but just like so you know, I will speak for myself. Thoroughly enjoyed what everyone did in your piece. We are here for you. We like everything you have to say. No wrong words.
Yeah.
So say whatever you want to say, whatever comes from your heart, because that's what makes the difference. Nothing you can say here is not perfect. Just be yourself.
There's no wrong. Don't.
Yep.
We're on your side.
So yeah, they ended up getting into a little fight, the boy and dad, and things they don't go well at all. So Tony ends up, the boy Tony, he ends up like he realizes that he's been doing wrong, because also throughout the whole thing he's been pushing away his sister, who all she wants to do is be there for him, which is the person who was on the phone the whole entire time calling. And he's just been pushing her away, not picking up the phone, not answering until the very end, where he realizes that he was wrong. He was wrong for her.
Shall I go on? Make
questions?
introductions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that would
Get that stuff first.
Yeah.
My name is Jonathan Perry. I'm an actor and producer at the Newport Playhouse.
My name's Olivia Salem. I'm an actor and stage manager at Newport.
Jose Luis Suazo, I'm an actor at Teatro Ecas in the theater in Spanish.
Darcy Bruce, I'm a playwright and a professor at Eastern Connecticut State University.
I'm Sharon Carpentier. I'm an actor at the Players at the Barker Playhouse.
I'm Marilyn Bush. I'm an actress, and I also do theater reviews for Motif magazine.
I'll start with a quick question that I noticed, because I was reading Thesis, and some people, when they review and they're preparing the play, they do a very long character development. Yours was shorter. Was there a specific reason why? Like, you didn't want to get into the background? Like, what was the...
I felt like if I were to add anything else, it wouldn't be me. Like it was like the characters that I try to put in there were me, myself, my mom, and my dad.
Mhm.
So if I were to add anything else, it wouldn't feel natural.
I thought this was an excellent exploration of loss and the complexities of family interactions, having a dad come in and out was great. Having those clocks was so well. I want more of clocks.
Yes.
And I think this, following this thread of someone who's experienced a loss, and it should have been someone else, it should have been me, not that person. What is it called when you survive? Survivor's Guilt.
Yeah.
Survivor's Guilt. Have you read Water by Swimming Pool by Kara Lewis? Down on your sheet.
Another excellent recommendation.
because it ties in again with that sense of loss and this parental like really complex families. I would love to hear a little bit more about how you worked with your actor. The gentleman who played the main character, Tony, yeah,
Tony.
and how you two worked together and how you got into kind of dig into this loss.
There were a lot of times where like I had to get at him a lot because I try to make him feel like basically what I was feeling, and in a way he could relate because he also like his father isn't, so like his father's also like he's not around, so.
But, so could you elaborate a little more when you said you had to get on him? Was he having trouble memorizing lines? Was he having trouble
There were
being
trouble.
open about those emotions that are involved that you wrote into the play?
There was trouble memorizing and showing emotion in both sonnets. There's a sonnet that opens
Yes.
the play,
Yes.
and the end.
I'm not very familiar with science and a lot of Shakespeare. Why do you add that to your piece?
I chose it because my theater class, we did a lot of work with like Shakespeare, like Hamlet and stuff, and I wasn't really that much of the actor type, but I paid attention in class, and it's something that I connected to like the most.
So let's talk about the clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Where in your process of preparing this play did you get the idea for that? Was that something that came to you very easily? Was it something that came towards the end? Also, I would like to know since we see the set before we see the performance, as we wait for it to begin, my interpretation of seeing all of these clocks that were all, wonky and wherever, an idea of time, the sense of time being lost, of losing one's sense of perspective, of the tap of time. I would like to hear from you how you intended the clocks to be related at the beginning, and if your intentions for them changed at all along the way.
So with the clocks, the main reason why I had them there was because of my theme of like how one's past it shapes them into who they are. So like it's like the growth with like time, and what I kind of like I pictured because not all the clocks were like the same. There were clocks that had broken hands.
Yeah,
Notice
in
that.
different times, right?
Yeah. And so I kind of like wanted to make it seem like the clocks were a part of him. Like he wasn't perfect. So there were broken pieces. He was broken a lot in the play. There was pieces where like he felt strong, which were like I pictured like what was the clocks that were like built like the clocks that were in a way perfect.
Solid.
Yeah.
You were solid and he was solid, sure.
You know what I got from that is like, how through life we go through different times. Times when we're broken, times when we're questioning, times when we're strong, times when, so I like that.
I think it's a big DNA moment for your piece too, because you, as the playwright, are carrying around this meditation of theoretical loss to sort of walk around thinking like, what would it be like if I lost my mother, and to carry that with you. So just to kind of have that time, like the DNA moment being, sort of what you can find running through your whole script, right? Like eventually, this is a loss that you might experience. And so, do you plan to do any more work with the piece to go into deeper exploration? Do you think it's done?
For right now, I feel like it's done. But if I can add more to it. I can add a whole lot more to it because like there's like things where I left out with that like it would have made the piece stronger, but.
What did you leave out, or are you not sure?
So all I have is sisters, All I have is sisters. I'm the only boy in the family.
Mhm.
I lost one sister, which was like after me losing her and me personally losing her, I wasn't the same,
Mhm.
and it changed everything in the house completely. If I were like to elaborate on that and put it in the piece, I feel like it would be. I'm sorry.
Luigi, I want to piggyback on what Darcy was getting at and what you just said. I think it was, and I think everybody's going to agree with me. It was very brave
It was, that's the word.
to write about something so personal and to live with that for an entire year as a senior, the most critical time in school. Can you tell us a little bit, before I give you more compliments, can you tell us a little bit, how was that difficult? Like working on this topic, carrying it around with you all the time, having to communicate this visceral information, all these ideas and an emotional life to your actor, your main actor, and to your actors. Did you find that exhausting a little bit, or how did you feel?
There were
over
times where I really did. I just didn't want to speak about it at
Mhm.
all, and I broke down a lot. Each time, like people would like each time that we would have like a rehearsal or something, and I would run through the whole thing, I would break down. I'd either like leave crying and stuff. So at the very beginning, when we were just writing the treatment phase, and we like had an idea of the script, and when we shared it around the class, and the class, like they read it. It was like my first time hearing it out loud. The very first time that I broke down, I ended up breaking my hand.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Because it's a lot of emotions.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing that is not related to that, and thank you for sharing that with us, along with the play, of course. I could see the influence of Shakespeare on you because one of the first things I wrote on your paper in the dark was, oh my goodness, this person has done what Shakespeare did so well. He made his entire play, the internal monologue of his main character was the entire play. And I thought that was actually experimental and really interesting because, like maybe other people had started to express, the fact that the father was there, but maybe this was the way the kid perceived it, and it was from past experience with the dad. And then the mother, of course, this dreamlike quality that happened with the lights and the way she appeared. So the entire piece, to me, I was very impressed by your ability to take what's going on the inside here and here and have it come out
And share it
somebody's
with us.
mouth.
Yeah.
The writing was exceptional. So it did make me think of Shakespeare. So there you go.
I'll ask you one quick thing. Kind of piggybacking off what you said. Now, in your design as to how it was perceived from the internal character, was there a choice to have the father, in my eyes, one-dimensional? Because it was very strong as a director. There was no build to him. He was always here and aggressive. Was that an internal choice, or was that by design, I guess is my question.
It was like it was the way when I was writing it. It was I found it very natural. Like that was like I said, I try to connect this towards my life as closely as I can. And my father's never been the type where can be soft. He's always he would always get at me and stuff. So I try to write it as if it were maybe my life.
I didn't find it one-dimensional. I found it to be, he was only going to show the son and us that one side. Because Tony is the character,
Yeah.
the son, is so, he's exploring these emotions, he's exploring this pain, and he's sharing that with us, and that's huge and vulnerable. And in comes this dad that's just like, wall.
Mhm.
The wall's never gonna crack. I mean, he's gonna try to come back for whatever his reasons are. But I liked that he was just strong, and, you know, I kept reading, you got a really nice, strong performance out of him. I was impressed. Because he came off as very mature and really scary to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the using of the actual door and the banging, I was like, oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, so I made it more important that Tony was actually revealing part of himself in the light of his father just not.
Which was what my statement was that
Oh,
that
great.
choice
Okay, got it.
to make him, because that's all you saw.
Oh
of
my,
him.
yes.
I
Was that
understand what you're saying.
angry mother,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, and that's it. That's all you saw
Yeah.
of him. Because there was no build to the character. It was just it was just combative.
Yeah.
So with that one dimension of that character is that was all you saw. But that's what you lived.
I have one question for you since you shared that, and thank you for sharing that with us, complete strangers. Through the whole process, when it was done, not that you find any peace, any solace, any conclusion to you, to your inner. The reason I'm asking is because I did a play where it was about this guy, and he wrote it to find some peace. So I just want to know if you experienced anything like that after.
So after writing it and like it being performed, I felt happy because my father actually went to go see it, and he was in the audience, and then I just felt like he needed to know this, he needed to see it and see how I was feeling, and I just felt like glad. It was like a relief stress.
Good for you.
I'm glad to
Thank you so much for being so open. You know, it's hard. It's not easy to do that. And makes you a better artist. It does. Make it.
Take the therapy you got off it. You got it off.
Right?
Good for you.
Any final thoughts?
I just think it's excellent work. What are your thoughts post, where are you
Yeah.
heading post graduation?
Yeah.
What's next?
I don't know. I just want to graduate and go to school.
Yeah.
Where to?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to CCRI.
Okay. Ellen?
Do you think you'll continue to pursue theater?
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask that. Thank you.
Because we got some really nice theater people.
Yeah.
Probably technical, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right, terrific.
Thank you very much.
I can see that. I can see that in your play. Your
Wow,
set, the
definitely.
technical parts were. Yeah.
It was well thought out, and it was not
Very well
very
considered. Yeah, very
angular
beautifully
and
said.
Yes.
used space,
Yeah.
so that shows.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you.
Well done, man.
Well done.